Okay. So now, if this was, I think that's suture.
No, it's hair.
I think this is a 6/0 suture.
I think it's hair.
Whatever. Okay? Okay, so if this was a ruptured appendix, a appendix that was really a lot of pus with it, even though it may not have been ruptured, I may want antibiotic in this. So I'm going to put one in with just saline, and the next picture I want is going to have antibiotic in it. Okay? And they'll leave some of that in the patient. Okay? They won't suck it all out. They'll leave it right in here. So do we have any sponges up here?
No, we do
Then
not.
that's when you would be giving me more sponges.
Okay.
Okay? Just
Do I
separate
place
them there.
them?
Just
Yeah.
right there. Okay? So the other thing is, if it is ruptured or a lot of infection is present, what else can I be doing besides the antibiotic? How about a drain? Okay? So there's lots of different kinds of drains. Some of you mentioned them. What's some? Penrose is one. What's another one? Jackson Pratt. Okay? So you'll be putting that in. That's the most common they use now. They don't do Penroses as much as they used to. We have JPs now. Okay? And that's what they call them, JP. Now, the only thing you have to do is find out what size JP he wants. Okay? Because they do come in different sizes, round, flat, fully perforated, partially perforated, 7 or 10, you know. And he usually will volunteer that even before, JP 10 or something like that, okay?
The antibiotics will also be
He would
noted on
tell
the
you.
preference card prior to time.
No, he'll usually tell you.
Because you wouldn't know until it's actually...
Because what if our patient is allergic? And he's going to be asking, is our patient allergic to antibiotics? Double checking to make sure before you actually give antibiotics. People do have anaphylactic reaction to antibiotics. Do you have a question? Okay. Okay, so now we're going to close this guy up, okay, after we've irrigated. Okay, normally what they do is close the peritoneum first, because if we don't, the peritoneum keeps coming out. Now we're using the chromic, that's for the purse string. Would I, if this guy was infected, would I be using silk to close him with?
No.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Okay.
So this is when
Silk,
I would open them.
yes. Okay. Silk does not have a good tensile strength to it. Okay. You can take the same strength of nylon and silk. Silk will break faster than the nylon will. Okay, easier with less pull.
Smells
Okay.
great.
Well, who's the boozer in this group? They should love it.
I'm not.
Here, this way, always facing me. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. And then what do I want with it? Okay. So if this is infected, they do not usually close the skin. They leave it open. Okay. When you do a drain, the drain always goes below your incision site. Why don't you put a drain coming out your incision?
Because then it's just going to go back into the incision?
No?
The drain coming out of your...
So you're draining infection out through your incision site, right? So then the whole incision then can get infected rather than one little puncture site. Okay? Then you get the whole thing collapsing. Okay? Okay? What do you need to do?
Just count.
Okay?
You have 2 sponges.
Start from sterile field end.
So 1, 2. It's always 1, 2, not 2. Okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9, 10.
9. I have 2 blades.
No, you have 1 blade.
I have 1 blade.
2.
Okay. Needles. 1, 2.
Now I'm cheating here, you guys. I'm closing all layers at the same time.
I can
Okay,
grab
they
the
would
bowl
close-
from here and
They would close their internal,
Oh, this
external
one's
obliques
Yeah.
at
instruments.
separately. Okay, move down your retractors.
No.
Non-performing perforated top line?
I have one on the field. Can you see it from
Should
here?
have one in the field too.
Uh-huh, you should start
And
with
this
two.
one is the bolter.
Back down top line.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mosquito curve.
1, 2, 3, 4 mosquito curve. 1, 2 mosquito straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay, take them out.
7.
And then I have 8 on that. Okay.
Right,
Over.
and then
You're closing this again.
one straight.
And the second one's on that man.
So you have here.
You, it's easier to sew to
One, two,
to
three,
yourself.
4, over.
Okay?
Okay.
2 out.
You can change the position of the needle if you need to.
4 pans.
Okay?
1, 2, 3, 4 top loop. 1, 2 right angles. 1, 2 long hookers. 1, 2 out. 1 out. 1, 2. Three, and then
Okay, and then
fingers.
the back pocket, I have 1 here. We have 1 more?
Yes.
Okay. 4 steps?
This one's
2. 4 steps on the field.
1 on the field. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Retractors?
2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. Anchor. Actually,
We'll start from there.
this is both going. And then
That's
show you the pull of guard as soon as the doctor's done.
You can have it.
Thank you.
One more. One more little stitch. Ooh.
Miss Judy, if there were
Okay.
if they were to use the perforated towel clamps
Needle hole.
for the bottom of the towels to clip them together, and when we're doing the count, how would we do that count?
You mean even here?
Yeah.
You count them when we take off the drape. She would visually hold up 4 of them to
Oh.
show that they are there.
Okay.
Yeah, you count them verbally, that there's 4 around, and then take them off. In this case, you would be able to see probably
It's
3 of them.
Okay.
Okay, but then you would, after we pull back the drapes, you take them off, and she would show them, hold them up for you.
Okay. And then
4
it's
times.
zero field, then male stand back table, and then this one
Anything off the field.
field. Okay.
Anything off the field is last.
It's last.
Okay.
Are you taking 2 wet and 2 dry with
I
this?
certainly am.
And a towel. Oh.
Okay, which would be our what?
Dress.
Dressing.
Yes.
Okay. Release